We came to Saudi Arabia in search for adventure, but what we discovered was something much more profound. My name is Paris Vera. I'm a travel photographer and I'm so excited to be joining my friend Taylor on this unique adventure through Arabia. I finally got to meet up with my Saudi friend Lena, and it just so happens to be at one of the most spectacular historical sites on earth.
So right now we're in Al-Ula. We're in the northern part of Saudi. It's very raw, very untouched. One of the most unique things about this place, no one's ever seen. You're going to be one of the first or a few people who've ever seen it.
Welcome to Hegra. This hidden gem was built by the Nabateans in the 1st century. I mean, have you ever seen a place so majestic?
Entering this place feels like you're entering a new dimension. I mean, not only is it just like Mars, but you can feel such a sense of presence, of history. I mean, really, there's nothing like this, nowhere.
The way the sun lights up the mountains and how the tombs stand tall in the middle of the desert. Not another soul in sight. Yet you feel so alive and welcomed in its presence. I can see why the locals here still choose this solitude of the desert over any other place on earth.
You grew up here, but why'd you choose to stay?
I found out the beautiful things about being in the desert, being connected to nature. Desert is one of those places where you pay attention to everything you have, That's what brings me back. I still choose the desert for the energy that it holds and the knowledge,
As dawn broke, we gathered around a fire that lit up the inscriptions and artwork upon the rock face. We shared our stories while trying to understand history's lessons. It's still so crazy to me how the past can often feel so far away. But here, right in front of us, are people trying to communicate. It's just up to us to listen, to open our minds. We're standing in a valley of tombs, yet we feel so much life here. Sometimes travel isn't all about spectacular views and adventure. It's just about opening yourself up to something different.
Do you want to try the camel milk?
Let's do this.
معلش جرب هي بتجرب الحليب.
I actually would take a side of this to my iced latte in the morning. Ready? Yalla.
Lena keeps telling us that Saudi is much more than the desert. So to see for ourselves, next we head to the Red Sea. As travel photographers, we often know what to expect going to a new destination. Just as, of course, we knew coming here that Saudi Arabia would have spectacular deserts. But why has no one ever told us about the crystal clear waters and the abundant sea life of the Red Sea? I've been fortunate enough to dive all over the world, but the reefs here in Saudi are second to none. The waters are rich with fish of every stripe and color. I feel so fortunate to have found such an untouched paradise amongst the desert. A place this pristine and peaceful won't be a secret for much longer. And you'll understand why once you see it for yourself. You can't help but want to share this treasure with the world. Not far from our dive spot is the old city of Jeddah. I love the contrast of the modern city skyline alongside the old coral homes and the booming markets. It didn't take long to notice that we were the only tourists there, yet we were welcomed by the locals as if we were family. Jeddah embodies all the history and charm of its past while taking on the new modern world all in one unique experience. Lena told us she has one more place to show us on this journey, an ancient stone city tucked away in the lush mountains called Riyah Alma.
This is Saudi Arabia.
It is.
Nobody talks about this. Nobody tells you this exists. I thought it was only the desert.
This is why I brought you here. Look at this.
A true hidden gem.
I guess I just had this idea about it being one thing, you know, everybody knows about the desert, but nobody knows about the diversity of the beauty here. You know, one minute I'm in the most incredible canyons and rocks I've ever seen, and now I'm in the mountains with running water, green, lush mountains, and beautiful ruins. I can't believe it. In every way, I've been surprised. It's so crazy to be in Saudi Arabia getting a flower crown placed on my head by another man. Everything about Saudi Arabia has blown my mind, but it seems like this village, it's just the crown jewel.
Amongst the vast scenery and the colorful towns lies an even more vibrant artistic heritage. Their art speaks volumes of happiness and history. How can I even begin to describe this feeling? Being amongst the clouds, breathing in the fresh, mountainous air. Each and every corner you turn reveals yet another vista that demands to stop and savor it. And that we did. We really had no idea what to expect when we first came to Saudi Arabia. From the desert to the sea to the historical cities hidden within the mountains. Each and every new adventure led us to an even deeper connection. The people. After all, I've realized it doesn't really matter where we come from. We all speak the universal language of love. And I will forever cherish these connections of new friendships that this journey through Saudi brought me. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Thankfully, I have tons of these, because words can't even begin to express what this place makes you feel. How can a place so different to our own feel so much like home? I could go on forever, but instead, come visit. And I'll let you write the rest.